Hey, it's Emma Kate here. Just doing an update video from my MRI. So I didn't actually get a chance to record straight after, but here I am. So I had the MRI a few days ago, and so as you can see from my previous video, I was pretty scared and nervous and apprehensive about what the results were going to show. It wasn't really like what I expected at all, the MRI. So I went in for my appointment, and the nurse came and got me and said that I needed to go and get changed and put all my things in a locker. I had to take off all my jewelry. I could only leave my underwear on, no bra, just underwear. So yeah, had to sit and wait a little bit, and then they called me in and I had to lay down on this bed, and they wheeled me in under this big dome thing. It was pretty claustrophobic in there, and I don't usually get claustrophobic, I suppose, but it was really close and in, and you just kind of, they told me actually that my head would be sticking out the top of the machine because they were just doing a pelvic MRI, but I think they underestimated how little I am. I'm 5'1", so I ended up being completely in the dome. They put headphones on me and had some radio, but I couldn't hear it over the extremely loud noises that the MRI machine actually made. I was pretty surprised. Like, they didn't warn me beforehand. It was making all these loud and just, it was really not what I expected at all. I was scared. I was the only one in the room. They all said they were going out, because there was a few nurses in there, and then the doctor came through to introduce himself, and so they kind of went out, and then they were taking photos and whatnot. So I was the only one in the room, and it's making these horrible noises. I'm thinking, is this thing going to just blow up or something? So I was in the, well, my MRI took about half an hour, and then I came out, and they said to just wait in the waiting room until the DVD with all the images on it came through. I actually asked, I said, when can I get in contact with my specialist? When should she have all of the details? And they said within, 3 hours. So I was pretty shocked. I thought, because my scan was done on a Thursday, I thought I'd be lucky if I heard anything on the Friday, but I thought it was going to be a long weekend's wait until Monday or even Tuesday to find out my results. So, but I guess everything's sent online these days, and so about 2 hours after the MRI, my fertility specialist called me to let me know the results. So I don't have endometriosis, I don't have adenomyosis, which I realized in my past videos I actually mispronounced, so apologies there. I don't have any of those, and she was quite shocked because she was sure I had adenomyosis from what my other tests had shown and what my symptoms are. So I have extremely painful periods, and I get a little bit of clotting, and sex is quite painful a lot of the time. I get period pain all through the month, not just in the, like, when I've actually got my period. So I mean, it's not all the time, but it will just hit me and I'll think, oh my gosh, am I getting my period early, or no, it's just the pain, and it's full on too. So and I think there was a few other symptoms there that she asked me about, and I had them. So she was pretty sure that's what I had. So anyway, it came back all clear. So obviously I still have confirmed I've definitely got 2 uteruses, or a double uterus, but I only have 1 cervix. So she thought maybe I had 2. So I don't really know what that means. The difference between having 1 cervix or 2 cervixes, like I don't know what that changes or what that, I just don't know. I kind of wish that, like if it wasn't so expensive, I would have another HSG, because like that's the dye thing, because at the time they didn't know that I had the 2 uteruses, so the dye and the flushing was only done on one side, and they just thought that I had blocked, that I had quite a small uterus and that the other side was blocked. That's what it looked like, but obviously from my other tests and ultrasounds and now this MRI showing that I do in fact have 2, I kind of wish I could go back and they could do the other side too, so that I could know if that side is blocked as well. My specialist doesn't seem to think at this point it's really something I have to do. I don't see her for about another month, so I don't know how many posts I'm going to have in between now and then. Maybe it's the end of August, so maybe 3 weeks. But at the moment it's looking like it's unexplained secondary infertility. I don't know how I feel about that. I was pretty sure I had something wrong, and I was almost hoping I had something wrong, so then we had something to work with, that okay, this is what's wrong with you, now this is what we're going to do to fix it. So now it's kind of like, well, okay, we've been successful twice before, but this is now we're not getting pregnant and we've done all the tests and there's nothing that they can see that's wrong. And I'm pretty sure that the MRI, correct me if I'm wrong, is pretty much the last test that I can have. I don't think there's anything else. I know there's laparoscopy, but I don't know how much it is in other countries, but here in Australia it's about $3,000. So we don't have that kind of money, and she was saying that if that was what we were really looking into doing, that we would be better off spending that money, putting that money towards doing IVF, which I kind of agree, because the laparoscopy will give us a very clear picture of what is wrong. But if there is in fact nothing wrong with me, well, then we're still where we are now. And all the other tests that she's done said that it does give her a fairly clear picture of what's going on, which apparently is nothing. So yeah, my husband is away and has been away for about 3 weeks for work in a different state. So I have obviously been in contact with him over the phone and letting him know about all the results and stuff. He was so happy when he found out that nothing was wrong, and I was shocked. I was in tears, and he was like, what do you mean? This is so awesome that nothing is technically wrong that they can find. So we're just, I'm hoping that at the next appointment she starts talking to me more about hormones. I've seen a lot of your videos and you guys have kind of been on Clomid and things like that. So, but I know that she was cautious about it, because it did seem that I am ovulating on my own, and my numbers with my eggs and everything were quite good, and so my hormone levels were quite high on my own. So, and because of the 2 uteruses, it just means that each uterus, well, it's pretty much like I have 1 uterus, but it's kind of split in half. So I've got 2 small uteruses. So she said, this is my understanding, that she was wary to do hormones because of the risk of releasing more than one egg, and then it could be quite dangerous, or it's not something that she wants is for me to have a multiple pregnancy because of complications, and the babies would definitely be born early, and it wouldn't be like with my first where I had preeclampsia. It would be just because my uterus size is too small, and yeah, so that's where I'm at, and maybe in a week or so I'll have something else to share or talk about. So thanks for watching, and if you have any comments or questions for me, I would love to hear from you. So just in the comments box below. Bye for now.